GM. When the bear market bites, the knives come out. And it's been telling how much savage critique we've witnessed right across the board. From VCs being flogged for selling assets at the bottom, to influencers being outed for all the wrongdoings they may or may not have talked about on Telegram. Beware. Nate Chastain arrested and charged with wire fraud and money laundering. And you know what? Nobody believes this will be the end of it. But Binance took the biggest hit this week as news broke of an investigation into whether the BNB token broke securities rules when it launched via ICO back in 2017. And this on top of a scalding Reuters expose, another SEC probe over trading affiliates, and another investigation by the CFTC into whether US residents circumvented restrictions to trade on the platform. It's been a pretty rough time for Binance, despite being, as they say, incredibly excited about their partnership with Canadian high-voiced platinum music smith, The Weeknd. The Weeknd. How's it pronounced?
Weekend.
The Weeknd, right. Yeah, well, whatever. But they came back swinging with a defiant blog post responding to that Reuters report. All the details coming up after this. Earn up to $2,500 in NFT rewards from top collections like Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Azuki, Doodles, and more when you sign up for Slingshot's mobile waitlist. Slingshot is a Web3 trading platform where you can discover and trade over 7,500 crypto tokens at the best prices at lightning fast speed. With a super sleek, intuitive UI, you feel like you're trading on a centralized exchange when you're actually trading DeFi. Trade now on desktop and make sure to grab your spot on the mobile waitlist. Sign up at slingshot.finance/the Defiant. So, the news of the SEC investigation into the BNB token broke on Bloomberg this Monday, specifically over whether Binance Holdings Limited broke securities rules and should have been registered with the agency when they launched the token. The source of that information is confidential, and that's a bit of a running theme here. Somebody in an investigation leaks some details, and then we get these reports. Well, the SEC themselves have not commented. Now, did investors in that ICO buy tokens in the expectation of funding the company's activities, which they would then profit from? If so, then it could be proven that Binance did indeed break the rules. The penalty for a guilty verdict, well, what is that? Well, there's a bit of history here. Ripple are currently locked in a bitter battle with the SEC over the initial sale of the XRP token, and Brad Garlinghouse has stated that Ripple may well explore an IPO after the lawsuit ends. Just imagine that, a Ripple IPO. Who knows when the lawsuit will be settled? I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows. Going further back, former crypto heavyweight EOS was ordered to pay a $24 million penalty for their ICO that raised billions of dollars over the course of a year. So raise billions, pay a paltry fine of $24 million, you're good. Now, EOS was once one of the most staunchly supported new L1s, and they were promising gazillions of transactions every day. But the fall of EOS has become a cautionary tale for any project looking to take on the mantle of ETH killer-in-chief. And yes, Avalanche and Solana. I'm looking at you. Binance operates a policy of not commenting on ongoing regulatory investigations, but they did fight back against Reuters in a sharply worded blog post after the news agency posted the article this Monday. It details analysis by Amsterdam-based Crystal Blockchain, which claimed to show the exchange processing transactions worth around $2.35 billion from a veritable buffet of criminal behavior, including payments on the Russian dark web marketplace Hydra and laundering of funds stolen by the North Korean hacking collective called Lazarus. The report is long and it pulls no punches. Much of it relates to alleged money laundering connected to Russian accounts, which, given the current environment, led additional color to the report. It was written by Angus Berwick and Tom Wilson, investigative reporters at Thomson Reuters, and it was telling that in the report, CZ himself was unavailable for comment. That job instead fell to Patrick Hillman, Chief Communications Officer at Binance, who becomes one of the key players in Binance's blog post. But following publication, a clearly pissed off CZ did respond on Twitter, as is his way. Build debunks FUD. Note that he says build, not biddle. Thank God that's gone away. Now, if you have time to waste, see the details and truth for yourself. Truth being a relative term here. The blog is entitled The Crypto Money Laundering Myth and the Machine Working Overtime to Sell a False Narrative, and it doubles down on a previous blog where they debunk the supposed heavy hand of crypto in global money laundering. But the language in the blog it's kind of weird. We see the word sadly appear twice in 2 consecutive paragraphs. Then there's the phrase breathless pearl clutching. Then it accuses the Reuters story of being rife with falsehoods, massive leaps to conclusions, and relying on poor data. This is the classic Trumpian fake news defense, and it is worth taking with a pinch of salt. However, what they do is publish the complete chain of communications with Reuters, all of the emails, preferring to let this make their case for them. I.e. that far from being unhelpful, they did indeed offer to cooperate, but only under agreed terms, first with a background conversation, followed up with on-the-record written statements, if required, which the journalist at Reuters refused, because it would be unethical. However you look at it, Binance's future, whichever way they choose to spin it, will require them to play nice with regulators. Any crypto project that scaled as fast as they did, undoubtedly, had to have danced pretty close to the line in terms of what is and isn't deemed correct. But the thing is, we're seemingly no closer to figuring out what that framework even is yet. So we can expect to see far more of these kinds of headlines. Bear markets are always accompanied by critical pylons and sharpening of knives. So far, so normal. So that's it for your rescheduled again quick take this week. I hope you're surviving the drawdown. Until then, God, that feels good. Peace out.